Hey guys, welcome to Nerds and New Ones. I'm Ian, and we are back with more Superman and Lois. The last episode was mostly Bizarro World centered, which was awesome and strangely gothic. We got to see what Clark was up to. Found out that unfortunately Jonathan's been swayed by Allie, who's merged with herself, so that sucks. And she's sent Jonathan to go merge with himself, and Clark went over because his brother beat his wife.
John! No!
Ugh! Oh god.
It's like the weak one got the powers here.
Hey! Jordan! Help! Jordan! Jordan! No. Somebody stop! Clark! Oh, thank God. Come on, hurry up. Speed it up! Speed it up! Can you stop it?
I don't know what she is. All I know is that pendant gave her power. A lot of power. And the John that came here wants to do the same thing with you.
Yeah, I can tell.
Sweetheart, we are not going to let that happen.
Yeah, but you can do everything Dad can do, right?
Yes, but he's on our Earth. The yellow sun should weaken him the same way the red sun weakened me.
He's still pretty strong, though. I had no problem kicking my ass. What are we supposed to do?
You know, sometimes when I'm working through a really big problem, I write it all down in a letter.
You're serious? A letter?
Yeah,
Kids.
helps me to take a breath, and I think you should try that instead of texting.
Uh-oh, he's gonna text him or call him. He's not gonna have his phone, and there's gonna be drama. Lana's gonna...
Clark, hey!
Oh, it's weird. You just beat me up earlier.
How was the assignment?
What? Oh, it was fine.
You were gone for a month, away from your family. I hope that it was better than fine.
Ooh, yeah, time difference.
We'll catch up another time.
Lana,
No, it's fine.
Lana, we gotta tell Lana and maybe the rest of them. I don't know. They're in danger.
Bro.
Come on, man. I don't know about that.
Let's see here.
To Sarah, my dearest flower
Okay,
petal.
all right. Let me see. Let me see.
Oh, honey, I'm so glad you came back. I just found this. Jonathan, what are you doing here?
Are you gonna bring her back to the other place to merge or something? What's going on?
Where did you see him?
Walking on my street as I pulled out, it looked like he was going to Candace's.
Tell your mom I dropped by. I have to go.
Okay.
You guys might have to fill them in at this point. Becoming too dangerous.
Clark!
What is it?
Right. Because you got to keep your precious secret so we can live a normal life.
You're serious? Why didn't you say anything to Sarah's mom?
Boys, we are not talking about this right now!
It's literally the entire reason she's in danger.
Okay, Jonathan, I don't have time to stand here and defend the decisions I've made.
Right, because you never think you're wrong.
No, it's because my best friend is in danger.
Okay, well, maybe if you didn't care so much about keeping your secret.
Jonathan, upstairs right now.
He was right there on Main Street. I could have stopped him, and instead I chose to protect my secret.
Clark, you didn't know this would happen.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah? Well, Sarah stopped by earlier looking for her mom, and she was so worried, and all I could do was just lie to her face. It felt so gross. What are we doing, Clark? This secret is destroying everything we care about.
Yeah, but it also gave us everything we care about.
My dad said I had to keep the secret safe. What are you saying, Lois?
Maybe we need to trust our family to know the right thing to do with the truth.
Hurry! It's happening again.
I'm not gonna let you harm her.
I was counting on that.
Oh god! Shrapnel.
You don't have to do this.
It's okay. It'll all be over soon. Tell my Lana I'll be back soon.
Hey, Lana, help! Just pull them out. Easy.
Dad, what's happening?
We need to go. Now.
Hide somewhere. Oh, hey, Lana.
Mrs. Cushing?
Your dad's not coming to stop me this time.
You were trained by Sam too, though. Yellowstone lightsaber.
You're not going anywhere.
No, you fool! You should have known better.
Oh, crap.
He said red, yellow. Why didn't you tell them? Ugh. Not the head injury. Come on, man. Come on, Nat, where are you? Something. Use the stabber with the X-Crip. Yes! Sorry, Lana. Not really.
I thought we got people.
Come on, block, Jordan, block! Jordan, come on. You got this, kid. Doesn't that suck? Throw it.
Stay right here. I'll be right back.
You're in the yellow sun, Jordan. He's in the red, yellow as well. This is bad for him. Oh, come on. He doesn't have anything that could help. Yeah! Come on, Jordan.
Who's the weak one now?
Yeah! Show me! Jonathan, might want to go back inside. Ooh! Nice! He's flying! Yeah! Atta boy! Fly after him, don't oh. Go back! Uh-oh. Whoa, working on it still. It's okay. You'll be fine. Uh-oh. Happen. Oh, God.
This is for my brother.
He's like, pop. You don't need nothing no more. Yeah, we gotta tell them. That could have been bad, and there's still a chance. Lana's here.
I can't ask you to lie for me.
Yeah, but it's not for you. It's for the kids. I mean, if this story were to get out, they would have to deal with the fallout.
I'm pretty sure the Lois Lane that I know, she can handle it.
It's not Lois I'm worried about.
I'll be fine.
You're a good friend, Lana.
Do you maybe want to come in?
I should probably get going.
Well, here I am promising to keep you safe. You're the one who rescued me.
We take care of each other.
I'm your father.
You should make like a
It's my job to keep you safe.
ex-kryptonite sword.
I'm not a little girl anymore. This is serious. Crazy Lana isn't the only person that's gonna come out of
And
that.
Knuckles.
But John Henry and Nat may have sent Lana's doppelganger back through the portal, but as long as she's still working with Allie, our Lana might not be safe.
What are you saying?
You gotta tell them.
I came back here first because
Smart.
we're a family.
Smart.
And
good man.
This decision would affect all of us. So, if you're all okay with it.
Absolutely.
Yes. Go.
Oh. Lana, there's something I've wanted to tell you my entire life.
How did you even know I was gonna be here? But you know what? Doesn't even matter.
Lana.
Listen, I do want to hear what you have to say, but I have had the longest day. You've no idea what I've been through.
Yeah, but I do though, actually.
What? What are you talking about?
Yes. Don't fly yet, maybe because. Oh. Make sure there's nobody watching.
My God.
Now go back down. 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 Well, unnecessary, but flashy. And kind of cool.
You're Superman.
Something that took Smallville Clark 6 or 8 seasons to tell Lana. Huh. Okay, I am glad that he ended up telling her. I was worried at that there was gonna be something stopping it, like she was gonna get kidnapped by other Lana went back, which I don't know how I missed that. I was looking at the screen, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I just assumed that she just ran away, but I guess she didn't run past them. But I thought, I don't know, maybe somebody else is going to show up, or when he was talking to her, she was like, you don't know how I've been through a crazy day, and then he was going to feel like, oh man, if she's brought into this life, she's going to be dealing with so much stuff, but the point of it was whole, to make sure she's safe, because now they're kind of in danger. So, but I'm glad that they went through with it, and not just he's going to do it, and in turns, they take it back. And then the kids will be disappointed. I mean, I will say in this episode, the kids frustrated me a bit. I mean, they do that on occasion. I mean, they're still teenagers, and they usually, I won't say always, they do bring up valid points at times. This one, they did bring up good points. It's just, they were being, mostly Jordan actually, he's definitely the more immature most of the time out of the two twins. And I understand, he's a teenager and his feelings are, kind of messed up right now. And he, if he had told if he had told Sarah his secret, this wouldn't have been an issue, of her thinking that he's not focusing on her, which technically he wasn't, but he had very good reason to kind of hey, I gotta go save my mom and my grandfather and all that stuff. And I'm, putting out fires, saving your dad, and all that. So I get that, but it's it was also the thing hey, it's not just your secret, it's Clark's secret. And they're right, having the whole secret completely out in the open is one thing. That's kind of not the best of ideas, because then anybody that is is publicly affiliated with the family would be put in danger, because they are close to them, they're loved ones, so they're just going to go after them to get to hurt them or to lure them into traps or anything like that. So there's reasons for keeping that that secret. But when the secret itself is also putting your friend's in danger because you're not able to act. That kind of starts to get over that, where the line gets a bit muddled. So it's like there is a small group that you should trust to to know their secret, not just family. Because even then, also, like, the boys didn't know until obviously what was part of the beginning of the series and to begin with. But I don't know. I feel like definitely your closest friends that you are sure would never do anything to hurt you and to do anything to protect you. Like with Lana, she didn't want this bit of information where there was like a doppelganger that looked like Jonathan, and that might bring bad reputation to the family. And she was wanting to protect the family, specifically Clark. One thing I thought was funny though was I felt like she was kind of like not flirting, but she definitely has an attraction to Superman. Just so funny because it looks exactly like Clark. But to be fair, they did date in high school, so it's not like I don't know why I'm attracted to. Well, apart from the fact that he's Superman, built and handsome. But it's also just so much dated, so But it's still like even now like it's kind of hard to take that bit seriously. I mean, they do it better. They do it well in here to like kind of make it. I mean, the thing is, it wasn't just like the glasses. It was just like, oh, my God, you're Superman. It was he took the glasses off and then he started flying. I think it would have been great if he just started flying. To not draw attention to the fact that these glasses are keeping my identity secret. But it's also like the way Clark does it. It's more so like it's not just the glasses. It's the glasses that kind of complete the ensemble. It's the mannerisms, the way he holds himself, the way he, just his personality. It differs from Superman. So it's not just like it's like in the Christopher Reeves. I feel like that's right. I don't know what happened, but you know what I mean. Like when he's Superman, he stands up straight, and he's got confidence and kind of a bravado. When he's Clark, he slumps down and kind of acts a little bit more unsure and nerdy and such. So he doesn't do it as much at this point because I mean he had he's gonna grow up, so I mean he's not gonna always be. From what I also don't know how he acted. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Point is, I think it was funny that they went taking the glasses off, but he did show her a couple of his powers, the flying and the freeze breath. And now they get to go a little bit more into detail. Like, yeah, by the way, so that Jonathan was from like the flip side of our Earth. It's really weird. There's a multiverse. But they don't know that yet. That it's still, I don't know. Anyway, glad that was a thing. But it was really weird at the beginning, like right off the bat, to like interact with Lana, because for him, he had just fought her. But like, I think he almost had like I wouldn't say he had a difficult time in like getting into fighting that Lana. Like when she socked him real good, like he kind of got into it right after that. He wasn't really just defending; he was like going in. So I don't know if it was more so like a shock. He's like, oh, wait. Or maybe it was like the fight or flight, but it was like the instinctual, just like kind of almost. Good thing he has control, or else he'd like punch through her on accident because she's not as durable as the juiced up Lana. I thought that was what Jonathan was doing, by the way, was like juice up this Lana so they could merge him even more powerful, but Alvin's an idiot and it was a trap for Clark, which was actually really clever. So this Jonathan actually not just fights, head first, he also kind of seems pretty smart in terms of how he fights. I don't know. I haven't seen him fight other ways, but I mean, that was well thought out. I mean, it's simple, but I feel like that was still well thought out. Like, he planted the kryptonite on the tank. We blew the fire, knew that Clark was going to protect Lana from the explosion. The explosion also sent out shrapnel of kryptonite, which got him, so. Where was I? There was a time difference there where I'm thinking, because he mentioned it as well, and they brought it up again with John Henry when they were in the cave, that there was like a in between, like where Nat was before, where I thought was kind of like a limbo at first, but then they kind of mentioned it as like a negative kind of time and space or something like that. Like there was lacking in that, and it's either I think there's a negative zone, but I know there's a phantom zone. So I'm wondering if that's what that is, because we've seen the phantom zone in Supergirl, but I don't know. Again, like things are different here. Like the fortresses are very different on Supergirl and on this show. So I don't know if that's supposed to be the Phantom Zone or like the negative zone. I think the negative zone is a thing. I'm not gonna look it up right now. Or should I? I don't know. Maybe something will come up that'll like shock me that I didn't expect this thing to come through. I don't know. For maybe next season. I don't know. We'll see. I knew, jumping back a little bit, I knew as soon as Lois took Jordan's phone, I was like, Sarah's gonna finally reply it to him or call him or something. Jordan's not gonna keep doing that. Jordan's not gonna have his phone, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I finally tried to." Now, I mean, I would assume like if that didn't have, if he didn't reply back after blowing up their phone earlier and then finally reply and not getting a response after that, I would assume something was up. Maybe not like they were in trouble or anything, or in danger or anything, but like one of the parents. Well, I forgot they didn't know Clark was back yet. So yeah, Lois might have taken his phone away. That would have been my maybe not my assumption. I would be like, what's going on? I don't know. Maybe I would be kind of like, dude, come on. You're messaging me all day. I message you and you're just like not gonna reply it now. Like, what the heck is this? I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like I don't think the letter was necessarily a bad idea. He was being very impatient with her. Like he needs to give her time so that she can. Well, for a couple things, he needed to give her time. Also, her mom was in danger, and I understand part of it was like he was trying to tell her what was his secret, but. She didn't know what was in it, and it was just something like it seemed like a selfish, in a way, act to her, or just something that was not important considering her mom was possibly in danger. Or because I say possibly because she didn't know for sure, but there was pretty good evidence. She's not there. There was a broken cabinet and all that, so not a good sign about your mother. But yeah, Jordan's unfortunately that very like teenage boy stage, and sensitive and just new to relationships, where it's just like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's not necessarily a realistic take, but it's still very frustrating. Like, it's frustrating in real life whenever you see that. Like looking back at sometimes how I acted at certain points in my life, and it's like, oh God, I hate, those moments where you just, all of a sudden, like some memory just kicks in, and you're just like, oh God, and you just feel a secondhand embarrassment for yourself. It's like, why did I act like that? Why did I say those things? Jesus. So I feel like Jordan's gonna have those, years down the line. Probably not soon because he's still at that age, but yeah, definitely one of those moments he's gonna look back on later and just feel the embarrassment just seeping into his very soul. Anyway, okay. While I was not sad, I was sad for Jordan because whenever he fought Jonathan, he wasn't strong enough the first time. But I was worried because Jonathan had more powers off the bat. I don't know, like, maybe it's a confidence thing, or because they're twins, so they're not. Well, one of them's maybe a couple minutes older. It just happenstance, one of them just had more abilities whenever they power surface. Again, we don't know how long Jonathan's powers, how long he's had them. Like, he might have had them. I felt like he had them already, with just keeping them a secret from Kal-El. because then he just jumped for him. Maybe it was like instinctual, it was like he's just gonna start running for him or something. I don't know. Just, I mean, no, even though he at the time knew that he wasn't gonna make it to him, it was just like, I can't do nothing. I have to try to get to him. So maybe that's what that was, and then it ended up he took off instead. But I feel like it was more so he knew he could fly, so he went for it. So maybe he has powers for a bit. But I was kind of hoping that with Sam's training in terms of like he's been teaching him a little bit of fighting. Granted, it was some basic boxing, but I don't know. I don't know how much fight training. I don't know why I had anyway. You know what I mean? So martial training, Jonathan has, but I don't know. Clark's not necessarily like. Not that he doesn't. Not that he's like flailing about and just throwing wild punches, but I just don't know how much he would have been able to teach Jonathan in the time that he started as John L. I think is what he went for, Jonathan L. or something like that. I don't remember what he called him as, but it was so cool seeing him be able to fly. Like it was much longer than whenever he saved Kyle. Granted, again, he did end up kind of losing hold on it, but I mean, the fact that he got that high and maintained it for a bit, really impressive jump. A jump in that ability, not jump. Anyway, he was giving Jonathan the what for. Granted, again, Yellow Sun, and luckily Jonathan was weakening, so at the point he finally was able to kind of beat him, and that's why he was able to fly up also. I feel like maybe Jonathan, I don't know if Jordan was intending to, but he was maybe buying time. I don't know. But it did work. It worked out that way. It was great. So he was able to help stall and keep Jonathan safe, his Jonathan. So they have him in a similar holding. I'm assuming they would have made it as a Yellow Sun, or they just kept him in a cell. No, that doesn't. I don't know, because he's in the Yellow Sun world. So whenever the Red Sun solar panels went out in Tal's holding cell or whatever, he started immediately getting his abilities back. So I'm wondering if just like putting him in a regular cell would do it, or maybe just for extra precaution they do use a Yellow Sun light system for him. I mean, that'd be safest. Wonder if they have blue kryptonite here. I mean, we've only seen green and X kryptonite. There haven't been any mentions of other colored kryptonite. Blue kryptonite wouldn't hurt. Well, I don't know how it would work here, because blue kryptonite wouldn't hurt Clark or Tal. It would just strip them of their abilities. I'm wondering what blue kryptonite would do to Jonathan. I wonder if it would work at the opposite of like gold kryptonite. I think gold kryptonite permanently strips you of your abilities. So I'm wondering if they would need gold kryptonite to affect him as his version of a blue kryptonite. I don't know why I'm going into this. I'm just curious, like, just for the extra precautions, some colored kryptonites would be very helpful here. I guess just a couple, honestly. I wonder what red would do to him. I would have to assume that it would affect him differently. Would it make him just like really good? I don't know. Because what red does, well, what it does now is it like represses your what's the dang word? I always forget it at this point. But basically it keeps you from holding back. Everything that the things, your personality and everything that is in place. I don't know how to say it. Not in place, but you know what I mean. The part of you that holds yourself back, that kind of like keeps you from being a jerk, basically, and doing whatever you want. The Kryptonian is even worse. Makes them bad, effectively. Or spoiled, or whatever, however you want to look at it. So I'm just wondering how that would affect Jonathan. Would it affect him the same? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Rant that has nothing to do with this right now, unless maybe, who knows. That'd be interesting to look into. Like there has to be other color kryptonite. I mean, we kind of explored it in Supergirl a little bit. I mean, in there was like they artificially, accidentally created like a red-hued kryptonite. In the comics, it's it's just the different levels of radiation. No, they exist. Pretty sure. Anyway, we didn't see anything on the Bizarro world, so we didn't see any more of Allie and how she is right now. And if not having to deal with like the punching through the negative zone or the phantom zone or whatever we'll just say the limbo area for now. I will say negative zone for now until it's stated. Doesn't he have a phantom zone projector? I don't know if Superman has one here. But if they're set on the same time, until you hit that negative zone. Well, regardless. Yeah, I'm just wondering if what's going on with Allie there. She doesn't have the pendant, so she can't merge people on her side now. She has to wait for Jonathan to bring others here. Or because Lana came over to our side, so I don't know. Is their plan to just send us people one by one? She might just be waiting for him to track down the doppelgangers so that they don't have to just waste their time or worry about Superman and his allies stopping them from finding their doppelgangers and merging with them. Plus, they can only merge one at a time because of the pendant. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I was really worried. I wasn't sure what was going to happen whenever Clark landed in between them. I don't know if he had done it in time or if he had just hit them as they had merged. I'm wondering what exactly happened because Allie, one of them, I don't know who it was, maybe both of them said they're combining the best of them. But it was part of them die, and can they be separated? I don't know, or is it all there? Kind of like in a different way, like a Moon Knight, or just, split personality thing. Or is it, but living in all one mind? So it's like if you were to have a Flashpoint memory, like if you had just memory of another version of you, from another timeline. Or from an alternate timeline, so I don't know if it's like that. I mean, I don't know if it affects them like that. I know it's not I know it's a weird thing of the Bizarro, and then there's another half or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened then. If it had went the way of Jonathan being forced to merge with his Bizarro self, what could they do? Would he just be dead, or I don't know. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that, but that's just a little bit worrisome. So, dealt with Jonathan, luckily, within this episode. Well, obviously, that's probably going to, explain it broken out. Allie's going to show up. She's really powerful. We still have 5 more episodes, I think, right? So, we still got time for that to be a pain in the butt. And I'm surprised a little that, not necessarily, kind of surprised that this the whole thing was this season, kind of. I think I'm gonna start. Yeah, I think all of it was leading. Hold on, let me think. Well, yeah, it was kind of it has been building up to this. It wasn't sort of kind of how it was weird. Like how last season was sort of in sections. I guess this one kind of was as well, but it was Bizarro showing up, Anderson starting with the I forgot what he called them, but basically the powered school, and Tad showing up, but leading up, kind of leading. We didn't see Allie or meet her or even hear about her until later on. It was episode 6 or something like that. Yeah, it was 6 or earlier. Apparently earlier. Episode 3 and 4, I think. So I guess earlier than I remembered. But yeah, I guess it's gonna be like the whole thing because they mentioned like about there was like the whole kryptonite thing that was being funded by something else. But I guess that's gonna be something that they're gonna be putting on to next season. That should be something. I wonder if that's gonna be a whole season though. That might be like more of a pod thing, like last season. Then it'll just come back later to add to the rest of the season. Oh, John! I would have thought. Didn't they explain to John what had happened? Like what was going on? He just like didn't think about it when he used the Red Sun gun. I feel like he should have possibly made Yellow Sun weapons, but I mean, I guess he didn't expect them to start coming through. I don't think they had realized that they were going to start coming through. I guess so. He didn't. Why did he bring the Red Sun weapons though? I don't know. Maybe it was to break the kryptonite because he wasn't using that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. But they definitely need to make some Yellow Sun weapons. One, it would juice Clark and Jordan up if he shot them with it. If they need the boost, and it would obviously weaken the others. It would weaken. So I guess no. I was gonna say, does that make them? Because it's weird. Because Lana, I don't think is a Kryptonian on that Earth. They just, did the whole kryptonite thing, right? How they did it with or maybe they were affected differently, like the soldiers instead, so it's more of a permanent for them. So are they? So I'm wondering, is Tag affected by the Yellow Sun? Or does it like charge him up as well? Because the Red Sun energy, juiced Lana, but it healed her. It, gave her a boost. John is really lucky that she, that Nat, came back to consciousness because, he, and also that Lana likes to toy with her food, because otherwise he would have been splatted, which would suck. But I'm surprised he was conscious in there, and he doesn't have even worse of a I mean, maybe he does, like, because she was like bashing his head against the sides of the freaking cave wall, like Jesus, and granted she was I was gonna say she was a bit weaker, but I'm pretty sure he had shot her with the Red Sun blast at the time, so she was, I don't know about full strength, but stronger than a second ago. Jesus. Looked like she stabbed her right through the freaking. She did that a lot better than Clark did. Again, maybe it's because she's not actually Kryptonian, which still is curious as to why the Red Sun blast healed her. But maybe it still affects them, like maybe Tag and then all in tandem. I don't know if that's the right way of using that word, but in the same way with Lana and the other side, like the sun and the radiation charges them, but maybe not as much as an actual Kryptonian. I don't know. But yeah, luckily Nat was there to just shish kebab her with the kryptonite. That was a big chunk that I left in her too. Jesus. Again, she should have been like not dead, but knocked out at the very least. Is that one? There's like a bunch of shrapnels that were in Clark, which was a lot, and then there's that large crystal he stabbed in his sternum. I did like that. It wasn't. He didn't tell Lana. He didn't decide not to tell Lana because he's like, you know what? No, I'm still going to protect my secret. It was more so, I'm going to talk with my family first. Then we'll, go from there. It's funny that everybody, Lois included, is like, yes, do it, go, tell her. Because I'm pretty sure it was partially Lois, having, well, obviously what happened to Lana, but part of what, having to lie to Sarah, not. And she obviously didn't feel great about that. Like, why? Like, that's gotta suck. Like, you know what's going on with your friend and with this person's mom, someone you care about, and you have to lie to them. Like, hey, they're probably fine. So I'm wondering if they're gonna tell Sarah right off the bat. I mean, now that he knows, because so if they tell Sarah, will they tell Kyle? I don't think Kyle would, rat them out. They're actually, good friends now. Kyle's not being a jerk towards Lois and Clark like he was early on in season 1. But, I mean, I don't see why not. Well, I mean, yeah. Because then she's got to keep that secret from... Well, Again, they're not on the best of terms right. Well, not on bad terms. They're on okay terms. They're on neutral terms right now. Lana and Kyle. But I'm wondering if that's gonna change anything, like with Sarah and Jordan. Like, will she feel bad? I mean, it's not. Again, it wasn't just his secret to tell. I don't know. It depends on how they're gonna write them. Obviously, I hope that they don't make it. Wait, she still felt. I don't know. This is a sticky situation. You know, drama is never fun to untangle. So, but yeah. So at the very least, though, Lana and them are safe. John's fine, not merged. Allie's still on the other side, and somehow John Henry doesn't have a pancake for a head. But we'll see how he feels in the next episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to stick around for next week's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I don't know if last week's episode's up yet. Working on getting that fixed up. It was a hard one to edit. This probably sucked too.